Hi, my name is Katy MacRae and I'm a psychotherapist and I love working with creative people. Creative types, pretty much everybody has this experience in their life of flow, being in the flow state, as described by the psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi. So when people are in the flow state, they feel energized, they feel inspired, they lose track of time, they're in the zone. Everybody's had this experience, sometimes at work, sometimes when they're having fun. And when people are experiencing the flow state, they feel better. They feel their health is better. You know, their work is energized. So the more you're in the flow state, the better. Unfortunately, when you're not in the flow state, when you're not feeling that creativity, if that's your thing, you can become depressed. So when I meet people, for example, at work, and I'm doing an intake with them, sometimes I'll say, what's something you used to like to do but you don't do anymore because it's not as fun? And often they'll say, you know, I used to paint, or I used to knit, or I used to do woodworking, and I just don't do it anymore. It's just not, I don't know, I don't have the motivation. So I try to get people back into doing that. I think environment is really important. What's around you? Colors. We know from research that colors really affect people's moods. So you can manipulate your mood and your environment to reflect your feelings and enhance or boost certain feelings. We know that music can change people's mood. For me, color is so important. And I use a lot of color in the way that I dress and my environment, you know, things in my house. So if you go outside and you're walking around, you're less likely to ruminate because you've changed your position. You've changed where you are, you're looking at different things, and it's breaking that cycle of ruminating. So I often encourage people to go to a place that they feel comfortable in, or a place that they feel energized in, a place that they think is beautiful. So one thing that's really important to me is working with other people. I find that people are so much more motivated, they learn faster, and they really retain information when they're working with other people, their peers, and with me. It's so much more powerful than just an ebook or a course or something that you do alone online. So what I'm looking for is people who are interested in learning online with other people. I'd like to set up interviews, and I'm also having people do some of my practice courses and give feedback. So if that's something you're interested in, I would love it if you would just email me, we'll set up a time and do some talking.